So by now, I think most of you know that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is going to be a pretty huge movie for Marvel Studios. Exactly how big though, we won't know till the end of its theatrical run, of course, but at current projections, it's guaranteed to make over $800 million, which is pretty damn huge for a bunch of a-holes that nobody knew anything about. Which of course leads us into the recent news that Marvel's Cinematic Universe is going to continue working alongside James Gunn to bring us Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But along with that news came this quote that I'm going to read right now. And I quote, "Much of what's happened in the MCU for the past 10 or so years has been leading in a big way to the Avengers Infinity War. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will happen after all that. It will conclude the story of this iterations of the Guardians of the Galaxy and help catapult both old and new Marvel characters into the next 10 years and beyond." Now, first and foremost, when he talks about Guardians of the Galaxy leading right after Avengers Infinity War, he clearly means the second one. He doesn't mean it's going to take place after the first, Infinity War before Part 2, which was officially, changed to Part 4. Now, the obvious other thing here is the fact that he says that this is what's going to start a brand new iteration. So he kind of confirms that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the official kickoff to Phase 4. And he talks specifically here and says, and I quote, "help catapult both old and new Marvel characters into the next 10 years and beyond." Now, obviously, they're talking about the franchises that can spin out from the MCU. And as we know by now, the MCU after Infinity War is an entirely different Marvel universe. The Iron Man movies are over. Thor is over. Captain America is over. You're going to have Ant-Man 3 coming out. Inhumans is going to continue as a series and still presumably a big screen movie somehow, maybe. I mean, that's still not canceled, so we don't know what's up with that. You're going to have Guardians 3 kicking it off. You're going to have Doctor Strange 2. There's so many other movies. You're going to have Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2. So you're going to be looking at the cosmic universe, and what they're saying is, the Guardians makeup is going to change. You might not have Star-Lord anymore. You might have someone else leading the team. Hell, Rocket and Groot could probably get their own spin-off movie. And we're probably finally going to get a Nova movie. Nova is a perfect candidate to spin off after Guardians 3. Introduce him in there and then give us a Nova trilogy that could continue the adventures of the Nova Corp in space. And of course, there's still the little lingering hope there that maybe they worked out some sort of Fox deal for Silver Surfer or something like that. And who knows, stranger things have happened, so, keep our fingers crossed. But let's just say, I'm super excited for the next, say 15 years of Marvel.